Too many yoga teachers quit within the first 2 years after their training. Not because they lack talent, not because they don't love yoga, but because nobody told them what a yoga teaching career actually looks like or how to build one. I'm Sage Rountree, and I help yoga teachers build confidence and build sustainable teaching careers. I ran a yoga studio for 15 years. I trained hundreds of yoga teachers, and I've spent the last decade helping teachers go from post-training panic to genuinely thriving. In this video, I want to give you the map I wish someone had handed me earlier. We're going to cover the 5 phases of a yoga teaching career, how to find and keep teaching gigs, private clients, and how to build a practice that sustains you financially and energetically for the long haul. I go deep on each of these topics on my podcast, Yoga Teacher Confidential. I'll link the career and business playlist in the description. And if you want ongoing support as you build your career, join The Zone, my free community at Comfort Zone Yoga. It has over 2,100 teachers for monthly live calls there for free. The link is below. The most useful framework I have found for understanding a yoga teaching career is what I call the Yoga Teacher Success Timeline, 5 phases that most teachers move through on the path to mastery. Phase 1 is post-training panic. You have your certificate and you feel completely unprepared. This is normal and nearly universal. The certificate is an invitation to develop competence, not a guarantee of it. Your job in phase 1 is simple. Get in the room and teach. Put in the reps. Phase 2 is finding your footing. You build a regular teaching schedule. You find sequences you trust. You start developing your own voice, and the panic quiets. Phase 3 is building momentum. You identify your niche. You develop a signature style. You start building the business side of your teaching, thinking about private clients, workshops, specializations. Phase 4 is thriving. You have healthy boundaries, referral networks, loyal students. You know your worth and you charge accordingly. You're not surviving the teaching week, you're actually enjoying it. And phase 5 is mastery and legacy. At this stage, you're training the teachers who will train the teachers. Your impact has multiplied beyond what you can personally deliver. Now, the point of this map isn't to rush to phase 5. It's to know where you are and to stop treating phase 1 struggles as evidence that you shouldn't be doing this at all. Okay, getting and keeping teaching gigs. Let's talk practically. Most yoga teachers start at a studio, either as an employee or as an independent contractor. Studios are a great place to build your skills, your community, and your reputation. For getting the gig, a cold email to a studio you have never practiced at has a low success rate. Your best path in is through your existing practice community. Practice at the studio. Take workshops there. Get to know the owner or the scheduling manager as a student before you approach them as a potential teacher. When you do approach them, be specific. What you teach, who your students are, what time slots you're available for. Then, keeping the gig, show up reliably. Give advance notice when you need to cancel. Book your own subs. Build a loyal following. Studios keep teachers who fill their classes. And if your class gets cut, it's almost always a business decision, not a referendum on your teaching. Think beyond studios. Gyms and recreation centers are often easier to get into and they can provide steady income. Corporate classes are well paid and underexplored by most teachers. Private lessons offer the highest per hour compensation in the industry. Don't overlook any of those channels. Private lessons are where many yoga teachers earn the most per hour and where many feel the least confident. That gap is worth closing. The keys to confident private teaching. Prepare differently than you would for group classes. Before a private, find out as much as you can about your client's goals, their physical history, and what they want out of the session. Build a loose structure, more flexible than a group class plan, but not a blank page. And know that private lessons are where your real teaching skill shows, because you can't rely on the energy of the group. It's just you and your client. Finding private clients, well, your best source is your existing students. After class is a natural moment to mention that you offer private work as long as there isn't a solicitation policy where you're teaching. Former students who have moved, athletes who want sport-specific practice, people in PT who want complementary movement while you know your scope of practice. All of these are your ideal private clients. Let's talk about burnout and sustainability. This is part of the career conversation many teachers avoid until they are already in trouble. Teaching burnout is real, it's common, and it's largely preventable. The teachers I've watched flame out most often were the ones who took every class they were offered, said yes to every request, and treated their own practice as the thing that got cut when the schedule got full. A few practices that protect against burnout. Know your minimum viable schedule, the fewest classes you can teach and still meet your financial needs from yoga, given that yoga may be your side hustle. Protect your non-teaching hours. Maximize your own practice, not as performance preparation, but as genuine self-care. Set clear boundaries with students about your availability outside of class. And if your class gets cut, which will happen at some point in most yoga teaching careers, resist the urge to spiral. It is almost always a business decision. Use it as an opportunity to reconsider your portfolio, find a better gig, or finally launch something of your own. Now, specialization is a career accelerator. The teachers I have watched build the most sustainable, fulfilling careers are almost never generalists. They are specialists. They teach yoga for athletes, that's my specialty, or yoga for seniors, or restorative yoga, or prenatal yoga. They know who they serve, and they serve them exceptionally well. Specialization makes you easier to find, easier to refer, and easier to hire. It gives you a clear answer to what do you teach that resonates with your ideal students. And it makes the work more interesting because you get to go deep on something you are genuinely passionate about. And you don't have to commit to a specialty forever, but choosing one area to go deep on, especially early in your career, can accelerate your career trajectory significantly. Where are you in building your yoga teaching career right now? Are you just getting started? Are you looking for more gigs? Are you thinking about specializing? Or are you working on making your career more sustainable for the long haul? Please let me know in the comments. If you want a mentor and a community as you build your yoga teaching career, please join the Zone at Comfort Zone Yoga. You'll get monthly live calls, templates, and 2,100 teachers who are building right alongside you. And it's free. The link is in the description. For more on building your yoga teaching career, including specific episodes on getting studio gigs, pricing with confidence, managing burnout, and what Phase 5 mastery actually looks like, check out the Career and Business playlist on my Yoga Teacher Confidential podcast. I'll link it in the description.